Guys.
I don't follow all that stuff.
Hey, we made it.
Oh, we didn't open
We
the
made
beers.
Hey, this matches my hair.
Well, that's why I picked it.
What a great guy. So let's talk about the beer first, but welcome to Inside the End From. This is the best of 2019, guys.
Oh my god, this was
Yeah,
great.
because guess what year it is? 2020.
Yeah, I got that 2020 vision.
Remember, guys, when you put the
IPA.
dates on things, don't just put 20 because then someone could write a different number after it, and then they'll be like,
Oh my god.
"Oh
I
no, he wrote
have
this
not
check.
heard
He
that
did this
at
check
all.
5 years ago."
I guess that makes sense where you
Or
are,
from
though.
the future.
Like, what does that even fucking mean? Oh, jeez.
This check is from the future.
I'm sure there's a bad thing in there somewhere, guys. But
Right.
let's start with this beer because this is a beer that Matt picked up. Or you picked up?
I just picked
You
it up
picked it
earlier.
From
So
Goose Island.
Goose Island got some good beers.
You have to
and
tell us Goose Island game.
This one has this. It's an IPA that's got like pineapple,
It smells very nice.
tangerine. I can't read the other one because it's in a weird light.
Poppy fruit. Poppy poo.
Smells kind of like
Coconut-y.
Coconut. Yeah.
Pineapple-y. Happy Paradise.
Smells really good.
Ooh,
That's
yummy.
pussies. I'm drinking.
Happy
Gross.
Paradise.
Gross.
Prost.
Oh, that is very nice.
It's so smooth.
Yeah, that coconut is what it is.
Yeah.
It's a nice bouquet going on.
Tastes like there's that suntan lotion.
Hey.
So
Oh, God.
I'm such a big
No,
boy.
this actually doesn't.
It's good. It's
Because it has a lot of the other, because of the hoppy.
Yeah.
I don't like stuff that's really coconutty. It does remind me of sunscreen.
Coconutian?
Coconutian.
I think it's just
Cocon.
Coconut.
Cocoa.
Oh, did that come out this
Oh.
year? Oh, that might be my worst movie then.
Care for a date.
That's my worst movie.
Next Thursday.
I know what my worst movie is now. Okay. We're good.
Oh my.
Guys, we did. Okay, so we're gonna talk. So this we did this annually, obviously. We talk about the best and worst movies.
Mhm.
We're gonna say programming because it's not really TV anymore.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, we watch it on television.
Yeah, sometimes.
Or sometimes your phone.
Your devices.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of stuff on my iPad actually, and by iPad I mean Fire 10, Amazon
Your
Fire.
Fire 10.
They're not
Fire
sponsoring us.
10.
They're not sponsoring us.
Not a sponsor.
And games, of course, because we all played games. We watched some games. We
Sure.
let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
So we also have a little bit of news as well, and we'll tack that on at the end if we have some time.
Yeah.
We'll see. I can go first. Let's start with movies
Sure.
because I think we all can. We can
I
all
think there's
can
at least one we all concur on.
Well, let's see. We can do worst or best first. What do you want to do? I'm gonna go.
So
with
my
one,
number one best, and then I would discuss with you guys, but this was really the standout for me, was Joker. The Joker. It made me feel some feels, whether they were good or bad feels.
Yeah, and feel free to
or
submit
both.
your honorable mention kind of stuff too. That's good.
It was probably my favorite movie of the year. I was impressed. I feel like Joaquin Phoenix literally just, this was
Is
like
it
the epitome.
Joaquin? Is it Joaquin?
This Joaquin.
It's not River, that's for sure.
Yeah.
He dead.
Yeah. Oh, R.I.P. But I feel like his
25 years
entire
ago.
career was like building up to this point, so it's pretty awesome.
And he didn't kill himself at the end, so that was awesome.
Well, I mean, that's Joker too. That's Joker too.
Oh, shit. Well, could be happening.
Do you have any honorable mentions before we move on to anyone else?
Trying to think if I really, really enjoyed anything
Yeah,
else.
yeah. It
It
took me a while. Like I literally had to look through a bunch of stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, I knew that one.
Yeah, no, not really.
Okay.
I got deep into like the Netflix like documentaries, so I enjoyed a lot of those.
No, those count. Those are feature length, you know.
We really got into the cult ones. We watched a whole bunch of those, and I like the
Ancient
psychological
aliens,
ones. So,
No, like homegrown cults.
Yeah.
Not like,
Oh, like the
humans.
Nexus cult
yeah,
or Nexium,
like
The-
Bikram
the
Yoda
Buddha
guy.
field,
The,
yeah,
the Buddha
like
field
that,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
some
the
crazy
Buddha
shit.
field.
And guess what? They all do it to rape people, basically, and take
Yeah,
their money.
I mean, that's.
I mean, that's really what it comes down
Moral
to.
of the story is.
Don't join a cult. All right. Anyway, let's talk about
Wow.
some of the good
Okay.
movies.
I like, no, you know what? I like that.
See, you started with the Joker that somehow got darker.
That tangent was fresh approved. That would make a little logo that says fresh approved.
It would have like white goo pouring down
Yeah,
the
yeah,
street.
yeah. It's gonna be jizz. Yeah, it's definitely jizz. But it's fresh jizz. It's not like old jizz.
We're not going to be monetized, guys. We're totally screwed. Okay. I'll go
Nice
next,
year.
I guess. Actually, I picked the Joker too. Endgame, very honorable mention.
Wait, you picked the Joker too? That didn't even come
Joker
out.
too.
I know, right?
I
He
picked
just
Joker
knows.
as well.
It's gonna be
Endgame.
that good.
Endgame. It was
Tambion.
tough to dethrone Endgame in my mind because it really stuck the landing for a series of movies that have captivated the world, really, and also it was an actual capstone that worked which a lot of these movies they don't stick the landing in the last movie. So it was really kind of cool to see that after all that they stuck the landing and gave the fans a service. So it's definitely really close to the top. But the Joker movie, first of all, we had no expectations. We had, even though we like Joaquin Phoenix, we had no expectations.
His name
I'm never going to say it correctly.
So the W. It's Joaquin.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
It's
Tenants are
fine,
good.
yeah.
Tenants are good. This was fresh approved. Now that it's second, so I gotta keep doing it. So
Okay. The darkness he brought to this role and
Oh sure.
the way it was played and the fact that at the end of the movie you're still like, did he dream this whole thing up?
Yeah.
It was well done. And
the other people in it. I mean, it was
Yeah.
the ensemble cast was really
Zazie
great.
Beetz.
Yep.
I love Zazie Beetz. Is like becoming one of my like dark horse
sure.
actresses that just like coming
It's
up
like royalty.
coming.
Yeah.
That like I'd love to see anything at this point because she's
Sure.
she's just so great in every role.
She was even in that terrible Geostorm movie in a terrible role, but you're still like, she's not.
she was the
she's
best part of the
great.
movie.
Yeah,
She was one of the best parts of the
Exactly.
movie. So,
She was in one of the stupidest scenes and was still the best.
She's one of the
part
only
the
tolerable parts of that movie.
Yeah. Ooh. Ooh.
yeah, I don't know who wrote that movie.
So.
Oh boy. Alright, so here, best movie, no surprise. Also the Joker. It's funny because I had picked a couple other movies and then I looked at one of the lists and I was like, Joker's on here. And the reason being, the Joker was so good, but again, a movie I never want to see again. Like it was so
I get that.
like the feels were so creepy to me. It's so
It puts you in a weird
off-putting.
place.
But that's why it was such a good movie. That's how you know it was so good.
So there's only one other movie in the world that makes me feel like that I liked it so much when I saw it, and I actually ended up buying it because I was like, I have to watch this again
You
someday, but
probably
I
never
still
watched
haven't
this.
watched
Yes,
it
yeah.
because of that. Was Slumdog Millionaire, because that movie is fucked up.
Actually, Slumdog Millionaire is one of the first movies I ever saw with Jamie. we watched it
Romantic.
watched it at a theater that was in the Eastman district of Rochester. And you know they were like, oh, it's I think that the place is called like the Little Theater or something like that too. And we're like, we're gonna meet there, you know, because we were dating long distance at the time, and we're like, oh, Slumdog Millionaire, it's supposed to be awesome. And then we're just like, oh, because it is awesome, by the way,
Yeah.
but like also just like, oh.
Well, and that's how you felt after Joker. It was just like a
not in
ooh.
Rochester, no.
Like
It's
a-
going home. We had dinner, everything going home.
It just felt uneasy,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there was a scene where in that movie where he fully dives into
a river
latrine
of
full
shit.
of poop.
A river of shit.
Just so fucking horrible. So I think the honorable mentions are going to be what maybe it's a little different for me. A couple great movies that like gave me the good feels.
Okay.
So John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum I thought was fucking great.
I still haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, me
It was
neither.
fun. We actually,
haven't
Jamie and I
seen
went on a
any of
binge.
them.
It's at the library right now. If you wanna, you can take it for free. That's how we got it because we had Jamie. Like we saw the first two, and he was like, "There was a library. Let's get in." So like we watched all of them
For the TikTok man,
for
obviously.
the TikTok man.
Yeah.
Who's prominently
Absolutely.
featured in that movie. It's okay. Avengers Endgame, obviously not different than anyone else. That movie, you know, if that movie hadn't paid off, it might have been super tragic. Like with how much, like what 15 years of build up for it.
It was a lot. 21 movies, was it?
Insane.
Yeah.
Insane. And then Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, I thought, you know, the was another kind of end cap for me. Although I didn't feel it. It's weird because it didn't feel as.
I definitely thought about it, but
final because of how the big breaks being one thing in between, but also like the very different direction of the Star Wars series in a lot.
can
of
it be
ways.
the best movie and the worst movie? Because like in a way,
Oh,
in a
sure.
way it was.
I think
Like, it's how you
no.
feel.
I
It's
was
how you
gonna
feel.
say it hit all the tropes almost perfectly. It had some really funny parts in it. It had a great love scene. You know, it had some good parts, but at the same time, it was almost
We're
like
talking about Finn and
not.
Poe, right?
It was almost not like genuine.
Wow.
It was like it was just.
Leia and Chewie.
It was almost like it was picking up on all those parts, but didn't have its own like feel. You know, it was just kind of like it was like another just conglomeration of all the movies that came before it. And,
Sure.
So-
I agree with that as well.
Sorry.
And Kerry Russell always gives you get up for me. As I said,
Especially when you can't see her
you
face.
getting up for
Yeah.
me.
It's good.
Let's talk about our worst then. I'll go first
Okay.
on the worst because
Yeah.
I think my
You should.
I don't know if you've seen. Well, you've seen one. Definitely seen one of the ones I have for the worst here. This is my I don't mention, but the worst movie I saw this year, by far, Ad Astra.
You saw that movie, okay?
Oh.
It was fucking horrible. And I really think we should have.
Was she in the theater?
No. We saw. What did we have? Oh,
So
it was,
was
I
it
think it's
just
on.
in the theater?
It might be on HBO or something right
Oh,
now.
really? Oh,
It
maybe, okay.
Was not good. Like, it was just not good. It didn't make any sense.
Well, the name of it even just, I was like, I don't know what, is this an ad for sunglasses? What is this for?
Well, it means of space. Ad astra. It's a Latin for
Of
space. So it's basically
it's a name.
Brad. I'll give you a little overview real quick because not a lot of people probably know this movie.
I thought we were gonna save it for Brad to watch.
Brad. Well, we sure will. And I'll give that the same thing for that. But it's Brad Pitt has to go to space because his dad is out by Uranus and he's firing things.
He's out by Uranus firing things.
And he's firing things. Yeah. And I'm just like, is this supposed to be? Is it supposed to be funny? Is it supposed to be funny? And like,
your dad's out by Uranus.
He's firing like radiation at Earth somehow.
Why?
Don't know.
I don't know.
His dad is played by Tommy Lee Jones. Yeah, like I would love to see the pitch meeting of this because it's like, what is this?
Sleeping.
Like they're supposed to, he's supposed to like go stop his dad. He ends up like taking this side trip that makes no sense and has no bearing on the plot. And then he's like, oh, maybe they're gonna kill me or something when I get out there to see my dad. And but he's also like, maybe I'll get my dad to convert and come back with me. And it's like, it's the whole thing is just a bummer.
Wait, didn't Matthew McConaughey do that like just a few years ago?
And much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Much
did
better.
do it much better.
And didn't Sandra Bullock do that like 2
And also
years
much
ago?
Sort of, but yeah, still much better.
I mean, do you get
Except
what
where
I'm
the
doing?
space stations are located.
Yeah.
Like, they're
So-
really close to each other.
Didn't
No.
Jamie Foster do it like 15 years ago?
And
I'm
much
just
better.
saying,
Contact
like.
was great.
Contact was a great movie.
Contact.
Still holds up.
Yeah.
Contact is also a best and worst movie because the plot's amazing, but it's so slow.
It's such a
such a long
movie.
I've definitely fallen asleep and thought it was in a Quaalude dream.
I think I watched it with I can't remember because it was that slow. But
Second date.
We should burn that after watching.
I think
That'd be a
that's the
great
thing. Though,
one.
it's just like, oof, we're gonna be like. I think that's when we have
That'd
to
be
watch
really
together
late
and
to
talk.
watch it.
Yeah.
Or talk
We can just get all the kids together. They can run through.
Something like that. Yeah. Six
Slap in the
Underground
face.
was my honorable mention
Oh,
for the worst movie because
yeah.
that movie.
We forgot.
Well,
about
because
it.
you
And it came out this
You
year.
gotta remember, it's Netflix. You don't think of it as a movie, but it
yeah.
is a movie length thing.
It's a movie.
And it was
It's a movie.
fucking
No,
terrible.
it's just that I literally was ready to put that out of my mind, and we did it, and then
Yep.
I
And now I brought it back.
That's
I'm
a
sorry,
bad
but
movie.
I feel bad that I brought
This
that
is
back.
not my worst movie though. Somehow.
Do you
That's it.
have to have seen it, or can you just say it's the worst movie of the year?
You have to have seen it. Like,
'Cause-
I think you can say Six Underground if you
Say
can't
what
do
you
it.
got.
No, I mean
Just
Six
say-
Underground, but also like Cats is the worst movie of the year.
But definitely the worst concepts of the year for sure.
Definitely the worst
'Cause I wanna
execution
watch-
of any
I
concept
want to watch
ever.
horny humanoid
Jellicles.
cats. Yeah, horny.
I think they saw that
horny
first
humanoid
Sonic
cats.
trailer and they're like, let's top that.
Yeah.
Somehow.
You know what? I'm still saying we should watch it for
Oh, I'm ready
watching,
to
but-
watch it,
Which one, Sonic or
and
Cats?
Yes.
I'm gonna really partake before I watch
Is
Oh,
there
it.
a crossover?
we are definitely watching Cats. But not
Yeah.
paying for it.
But you guys, I'm gonna sing all the songs, so I hope you're just like.
I mean, that's
keeping
fine.
And I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna prance. I'm gonna be very jellical.
I have to be a cat.
Dude, maybe we'll do like Cat's cosplay. Why don't we do that? Like in some years or something.
We'll dress up for it? Okay. She definitely she'll make some costumes. You know.
I'll wear it if you're in a costume, I'm just saying.
You've made a Cats costume, haven't you? Have
I
you
made.
one?
Well, after we saw the musical when I was 8, I dressed up all my stuffed animal cats and then dressed myself as a cat and danced in front of my mom with all my stuffed
Laser
animals.
cats.
So it was pretty awesome. It was like an 80s cat workout.
When she said when I saw it
It was
in
very
90s, she went-
jellical.
she went, when I saw it last year with my mom, that's what she meant.
No. It was 8.
I'm a cat!
I still love it. Whatever. Get over it.
Where's Mr. Mustopheles?
How about you, Matt? What's the worst for you?
Yeah. What's your
Worst
worst
movie
Worst movie.
was Glass. That movie
I didn't see
was
Glass.
straight fucking trash. I watched the other day. I was like, "The fuck am I watching?"
You just rhymed trash and glass, just
Yeah.
like Burn Dairy does.
I wanted to call it trash because it was
Dude,
garbage.
why?
You've never seen their rhyme? Sorry, this is so off topic. Sorry. Go ahead.
the second
Talk
time
about
you put it
Glass.
up me, dude.
So many tangents.
Okay. So yeah, Glass. Like first of all, we love Unbreakable, and Split was a pretty damn good
Unbreakable
movie.
Kimmy Schmidt, right?
I also love Unbreakable. Kimmy Schmidt.
Unbreakable.
That's my show of the year. No,
Miracle.
we loved Unbreakable. It was my favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie. Split was a really good movie too. This movie was a fucking train wreck. Like they didn't know what they were trying
Was
to
it
do.
like
with
it was like M. Night Shyamalan smashing toys?
Yeah, I didn't like.
Find a toy,
First of all,
bang!
Sarah Paulson was in the movie way too fucking much. Like They had
That's something
no,
to say.
They had no
Yeah.
premise of like how these people got captured and like how you captured any of these people. Okay, cool, whatever.
We shot him with
Or the reason why they captured him was so fucking dumb. I'm like, I already was like ready to write it
just
off. I'm
walked
like,
into
no.
prison.
I'm like halfway into this now, so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna keep watching. I'm like, nothing paid off at the end. Ending was so stupid. I was like, get me the fuck out of here.
Oh,
Brightburn was a honorable mention, just because Brightburn wasn't bad per se, but it was just like really
Boring.
Yeah, it was just like I don't know why did this need to be made? This concept could have been done so much better and cooler. Especially, I feel like Superman could be a horror movie, like a Superman turned evil. He would destroy the world. He would.
Like a good friend of mine has always said, if I ever became Superman, the first thing I would do is go to the Senate and Congress and just bring them all to the ground and start.
And
in the middle, I am the Senate.
Yeah. Oh.
That's it for my movies.
Okay.
Okay.
Now you.
What?
Go ahead.
No, I'm.
I thought you had a thing to say. You went, oh.
I remembered something I want to discuss
Remember
when
you
we
were the
get to
Senate?
the
Okay,
correct.
Okay.
Well, right now, you can start off, Matt. Best programming. So this is TV,
Best.
streaming, other stuff.
Well, for best perm, I'd like to toss a coin to your Witcher, oh valley of plenty.
Wrong key, but I give it to you.
Witcher picked it up. Like I mentioned Watchmen, Mandalorian. We were talking about. I was like, yeah, I love the Mandalorian. I love Watchmen. The Mandalorian was actually the perfect series for a family to watch, because it didn't. It wasn't
spoken.
It wasn't too dark. It was made correctly, and even the season finale was like, it wasn't too edgy or too pushy or too crazy. It was just enough. Watchmen, I loved Watchmen. Watchmen was very close to my number one with The Witcher.
Yeah, it was like fucking bananas.
I
level,
enjoyed it. Yeah, it was bananas.
so much fun.
It was just what I expected from Damon Lindelof.
You're just
Great.
watching a movie. There's real world stuff in this that like nobody fucking.
That was
knows.
really cool little
fucking
pieces
insane,
of it.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And then there's also a giant black or a giant blue dildo in there, vibrator. You know, so also that's
yeah.
something.
But then, of course, Henry Cavill, I already was kind of like, yeah, let's do this. And then he just knocked out of the goddamn park. The show was great. It had a great slow burn for the first couple episodes, and then like pushed in. And then you realize what was going on and like how the timeline was set up. And like, oh, okay. Now I'm really into this. And it didn't stop hitting until the end. I think it sucks as we got to wait 2 years for the next season. But
You're saying you would toss a coin to your Witcher?
Yeah.
What about you?
So many honorable mentions, like so many.
That's fine. I have a lot.
Yeah,
too, so
Watchmen
I
was
want to.
amazing. It was just it was awesome. I really like delving into like alternative Vietnam. I think that's like a really cool, like just checking out all that different. It was just really well. The way everything sort of just like came together at the end was really well done. I loved it. I loved how they dropped all the little Easter eggs that you're like, ooh, that's something. Ooh, that's something. Also, the people in it were just fantastic.
Oh yeah,
fantastic.
like I said, I wasn't when I saw Regina King. I'm like, okay,
I felt exactly the opposite.
No, I know you told me that too, but for some reason, for me,
Regina King,
for some reason, I was like, okay, whatever. And then like I was like, damn, she was fucking great.
And then and I love The Witcher 2. I thought The Witcher was great.
You saw The Witcher 2?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep doing that.
Yeah.
The Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt.
But I loved The Mandalorian. I think that hit everything.
You're a Baby Yoda head, aren't you?
No, and that's what it is. And that's what I told him. I was like, my number one's going to be that because of Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda makes me feel good about, like, life again.
Child.
Like, life again. So, fucking adorable.
The child.
Also, Werner Herzog, obviously. I love me some Werner Herzog. So I love The Mandalorian. It was super
really
cheesy, but in the right way. And I think that hit, and I think that hit the notes better than Rise of Skywalker.
Definitely.
It was.
It definitely had a better feel.
Well, there's a huge reason for that because they went with George Lucas's original premise was samurai films.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was Kurosawa.
It was very Kurosawa.
It was Yojimbo, and like movies like that he used for the premise of Star Wars.
You're right.
Completely cribbed in whole weight sometimes.
But my other honorable mention was The Boys. Fucking fun.
Oh,
What did
great,
the Boys-
awesome.
Yeah,
It was
great.
amazing.
There's
Yeah,
so much good TV.
definitely.
this
Billy
year.
Butcher. It was just Billy
Butcher
Butcher is my spirit.
It was a hyper violent,
I
like
love him.
fucking mess
It's
fest.
great.
It was great.
You know what made me
You're
think
rooting
of
for the
that?
bad guys.
That's why I was like, because we were talking about Superman, and it made me think of and I was like,
Good call.
The Boys.
Oh, I like it.
It was great. That actually, if we're being serious, I love Baby Yoda, but my favorite show was probably The Boys.
The Boys was a great
It's
show.
great. So
Yeah, so I mean, there's a ton of great programming. I have actually some honorable. I just noticed a couple of honorable mentions are actually like future like seasons that shows that started earlier. So what I'll do, but what I have is the best is Love, Death, and
That
Robots.
was a
Man.
good show.
That was a great anthology.
It was.
I love the animation in that. Every little vignette was perfect and beautiful.
There was a lot of beautiful scenes and like animations in that.
And like yeah, every little vignette had a different emotion about it, like a hopelessness
Sure.
for some, and like this franticness for other ones. And it's one of the few shows I would easily right now just go watch again. Without even letting it sit. I mean, because it was so much fun for me. Some honorable mentions. Actually, I'll do the ones that Mandalorian and Watchmen, obviously, The Witcher, Stumptown, which is actually a fun show on ABC starring Colby Smulders right now. That's in its first season. Also, the show Euphoria on HBO was really.
I watched that show recently.
Really dark and interesting, and I love that. I did put Glow on here because I love Glow, and obviously
I could say the Fourth Seal of the Magicians.
yeah, and that's another great one. And also a show that we literally just binged in the last 2 days. It wasn't the first season wasn't this year, but the second season was this year. Fleabag on Amazon.
I've heard it's really good.
The 27-minute show it's super bingeable. It's really easy and it's a really great show. Like it's this the protagonist is like very fourth wall breaky, so she's like literally talking to you the whole time, and it's fun. And they give like fun little nods to different things, and it's this woman that is like just it's written by a woman, directed by a woman, and she stars in the role, and it's like definitely a very real feeling person, where like she's like just super mature
Who
and
is
trying to it's Phoebe Waller-Bridges, I think her name is. She actually just won a Golden Globe, I believe. But we watched it in 2 days, and like we just couldn't stop watching it. Like we watched the first season in one night, and the second season the next night. So it was just like, geesh.
So that makes me think of Veep ended this year, and but it ended well. And I mean, it just everyone on that show was an asshole, so they just all went their asshole ways, and it really ended that way. It was.
They should have all gone to jail.
But it was appropriate, But that was an end to a really great show.
What I love about Fleabag too is like the characters on their own could definitely be considered assholes, but they're like there's all these moments of like, especially between the two sister characters, the main character and her sister, where they're just like these loving weird moments that are very realistic sibling interactions that are like I could see like me and Matt like fucking with each other like they do and stuff, and but they're a lot more different than like me and Matt are. Me and Matt have a lot more in common, but so like they fuck with each other is like huge differences. Like one's more promiscuous and one's like more prudish and stuff, and so but they're still even with those huge differences. Like you could say like like they don't seem like they're sisters, but they really seem like they're family, and I think that's what really grounds the show.
They get that it's when they have differences like that, it's easy. But since I'm better than you at everything. Yeah,
another
chocolate cake, obviously.
Another really honorable mention is the show Undone.
Undone was
it was
great.
great. Yeah, so I just wanted to shout out to that.
So much good.
Yeah, there was a lot of good stuff, and plus Bob Odenkirk. So
It was really good.
So.
Bob Odenkirk was in that. He was great.
And
and if that
Battle
ended
Angel.
just like where it is, that would be great. Like
Sure.
I would have loved it.
Oh,
if
sure.
It was just,
They don't
it
need
didn't.
Undone
Yeah.
season 2, but if they did, I'd still watch
Yeah.
it. The animation was amazing too. For that. Okay, so the worst. I'll go first with the worst.
TV.
How about that? Because I definitely have a very distinct the worst. It was a Netflix series. It looked like something that like I was like, oh, this looks like it's gonna be fun. It's like set in this weird place that's kind of lost-ish. It's called the I-Land. I-Land.
Oh God.
It was fucking terrible.
I saw the thing. I was like, no.
I watched the entire series.
Skip.
I was like, it's gonna get better, right? Nope. It's gonna get better, right?
It looked like a shitty version of Lost to me, and I was like, no, I don't want to see
It was like someone like read about a synopsis of maybe a random episode of Lost and was like, I could do that, but I'll make it like in the Matrix and shit. And you're like,
Oh, okay.
Wait, was it ABC?
No,
What's that?
there was Netflix.
Oh.
Oh, it was Netflix
Yeah.
exclusive. Okay.
Mm.
I
I think
thought
so,
ABC
anyway.
too. Actually.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
I think so. Yeah, at least. I
Like
hope so.
we gotta strike that lightning again, guys.
My honorable
We have to go back.
My honorable mentions are the last season of Veronica Mars because they should not have revived it. It was fine just where it was. Should not have brought it back. And the last season of Game of Thrones because fuck you.
It's tough. The last season of Game of Thrones, you wanted to be so good. That's the thing that really killed it.
Well,
You wanted to be so good, and you're like, why do you?
What
no.
hurt for me is it really felt like you were the A+ kid in the class, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna pass either way, so fuck this last assignment, and that's what it was. But it's like the last assignment is going out to. We're all grading it, not just one teacher.
Yeah. Plus, we're all really excited about it. It's like.
Like,
No, it's almost like they
Danny's
were.
just a
It's almost
hormonal
like they were
woman, burning
done.
down everything. You're like,
And the end should have been Kit Harington coming out and going, now read the last book when you get it, bitch.
Yeah.
Like oh.
but then like, it pans down, it's just his dick's hanging out. And you're like, oh, why did he do
And
that?
it's bigger than his body because he's a tiny man. He's like this big. He is like 4'7".
Oh.
Wait,
He'd be great
so
Wolverine. Make
yeah,
him
I was just
Wolverine.
gonna say, is that our Wolverine?
I smell something. Oh wait,
Hey, he could probably do it. Man.
I mean, he's really white, so he could play a
Super
Canadian
white.
person. Yeah.
he's super
He
white.
just, I don't think he can do an accent though. There's no way.
I want to hear it. He must do an
I wanna
accent
hear it.
somewhere. Let's hear it.
It's gonna be like a southern one. That's all. Like bad British actors only do southern accents.
No, it's because
But good
if
ones
you
too.
listen to Southern accents and British accents, some parts of them are very alike, and it's kind of creepy. It's like ooh, ooh, ooh. Because apparently British people, their accent just got worse after like Americans left. So, because they're just on a little island and they're all inbreeding. And, you limey prick, It's like, ooh.
Some of them have their own language now.
It's like, yeah.
Dirty. We're talking about you dirty Welsh.
Yeah.
I think we're talking about EastEnders, but
EastEnders.
I used to watch that show
Close to
all
the
the
foot
time.
and the if it's like what the fuck did you just say?
Oh, you guys, so real quick, we talked about worst movies and we didn't even mention Underground 6, but I guess we got it all out of our
6 Underground.
Six Underground, did we?
We said it
Yeah.
under mention.
Yeah.
I thought it was before we started the video.
Nope.
Oh, sorry.
Nope.
I'm sorry.
Like I said, that should have
I
been.
guess I didn't get to
I'm surprised
agree
that
on
was
the
not
fact
your
that it
worst
was
movie.
Complete garbage.
Because you did love that movie so much.
I loved
but-
it. It was
you
so
didn't.
good.
So what would worst
Sexy.
TV? Let's get back to worst programming.
No, talk to him. I couldn't think of anything.
Nothing bad.
Because I don't, like, if I start something and I'm just, like, not. Actually, I'll say, there were a few things that I just didn't. I started and just
Yeah, see, I
petered
didn't
out.
finish anything
Yeah.
bad.
Name one of those.
Well, it makes me sad because I really liked the new Dark Crystal,
Only
but it
6 people
also
are judging
didn't
you. It's
have,
fine.
like, not even. I mean, more.
I couldn't get through the whole.
Are you saying there's not enough
I can
sketchy?
get
Yeah,
all
you didn't
season.
finish. No,
There
I
wasn't enough
liked.
sketchy sex.
Yeah, it was.
Sketchy sexy.
Sketchy, sexy, like
It was terrible.
Uh,
I started Reprisal and then that fizzled out too. Like I was just like,
Reprisal's mine.
yeah.
Because I was just
Did
like,
Manifest come out? Manifest came out.
Manifest
this
just
year.
started. No, it just started in January. So.
No, but I think it came out. The first season came out this year
Oh.
too, though. I think in the early January.
Hear me out. Manifest was what you expected it to be. Garbage. I can't even say it's the worst show because it was just like whatever.
I always like to tease Jamie with
That's
that.
like saying all the shows that got canceled in their first season, like or in 2 episodes, they were the worst show. They're just probably
Yeah,
whatever.
Manifest
Nobody-
wasn't canceled.
I don't know how. Well,
It was renewed.
That's how bad NBC is. That's how bad NBC
It was
is.
renewed for a second.
And
Like,
NBC?
Now, yes.
Ugh.
And now, like, we have
So
more
disappointing.
Manifest coming up, guys.
Yeah.
look, this definitely needs the story
Now-
needs to be told
Yeah,
more
like,
of.
like what is more? What are we doing now?
Now that kid, remember the little kid? Something's happening with him now. Ooh.
The little kid, man.
Hey, they found
Something-
another person from the plane. There's only 200 people on the
Yeah.
plane. Like,
Now we have
How
to
is it gonna go?
save all the passengers, but they're back in the
we
plane.
didn't save the baggage porter. He's on the plane
But then they
too.
might all be dead. I don't know what the fuck's going on here.
What the
Whatever.
fuck is going on?
Like somebody's like, I like Lost. Like okay.
I have a power that my head beeps when I'm near people. Like, what the fuck does that even mean?
No, but the
I
thing
get
is,
this show.
like, there have been so many shows like that.
Yeah.
There was like
Yeah,
the
the
4400.
It's
Um,
actually pretty
yeah.
Okay. This is the whoever's at NBC was like they just stuck all the stuff in like
Yeah.
an AI computer and this is what it puked
Yeah.
out.
No, they're like a group of people gets lost but comes back. But they have powers
You
now.
ever see the thing?
But
It's
why
like,
is it? It's also dramatic.
it's like
because
they
their
read
family
100
members have
hours
gone
of
out there.
Batman movies, or they watch 100 hours of Batman movies and they have to write a Batman movie. That's like what
Honestly,
this AI
yeah.
did. They
I
wrote
think
this.
you're onto something.
Yeah.
That's what I think happened.
Because if you listen to any of the dialogue from Manifest, you're like, oh, that's
Nothing.
a computer robot.
Yeah, it sounds like shit. And like humans don't talk like this. They don't.
Like, and you think like one of the actors would have been like, no, this is not how anyone
They probably
would
had
say
to like,
this.
cut a couple lines out because they were like too absurd. Like, and then he eats his sister. Like, no, I can't put that in there. Then he greets his sister.
I need to get my tickets for bus, and you're like, what? Why would no one says it like that? They don't say tickets for bus. What does that even mean?
Look,
I need to go
no,
bus.
shut the fuck up and say the line, okay?
The computer wrote this. The computer always is right. This computer wrote Friends. He's listening. Okay. Any other anything else? Anything
Reprisal.
else?
It was good. Like I tried to watch that. I was like, It's like I don't know what the fuck this is about. It doesn't seem like anything interesting to me. Because she's like, oh, you might like this, and I watched it. Like, nope.
Okay.
I only got 3 episodes in, and then I haven't watched it since.
Then
I don't give a
it.
shit.
We'll move on to games then, guys. And feel free to it doesn't have to be video games. I always include video games, but I mean, if you played like a fun other game, feel free to put it in
Like
there.
sexual games.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we did that one game. With
Oh,
Hot
Carl, like we did the hot
Hot
Carl.
Carl
I mean,
was
it
not
should be
fun.
something that was invented this year though. Like
Oh, good games though.
there used to be
I
lots of
didn't.
fun
I
about
didn't play this one. I didn't buy any new
I
games
didn't
this
play
year.
this game.
I didn't buy any new games this year. I only bought 2 expansions to Destiny 2.
Didn't Red Dead Redemption 2 come out this
It
year?
didn't come out this year. It came out last year.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's so cheap when I bought it. I think.
cheap.
Did Red Dead
The cheap.
Now I have to check. If Red Dead
Keep talking out.
if Red Dead 2 came out this year, then it would be my favorite.
Then that
game this year.
one.
But I really liked from all the stuff I read about Death Stranding, and when we first heard about it, I was like, this game is going to be stupid.
And
then-
you were right.
And well, then when all these reviews I was reading, like basically, the premise of this game is to help other people. Like that's really how you win the game is you help other people. I was like, that's so fucking like cool. Even though it might, I don't know if he landed the premise, but I've heard that a lot of people liked it because of that. Because it's like if you make a contraption to help you get to something, like one of the packages you have to pick up and carry with you, if you make a contraption, that contraption stays in world. So someone else can use your contraption if maybe they didn't have the pieces to get there. Now they got a ladder or something to get there.
So basically, if you're the first person to ever play the game, you're fucked.
Yeah, you're the one who has to
There's
make
nothing
it.
here. I can't do anything. I can't get the smudge.
You got to carry everything, keep falling over.
Like so they actively encourage you to play the game much later than its last.
I'm ready to play it now because I mean everything will just have a ladder there now.
Right?
But also I just love how much Noah Reedus really seemed